Well, all my videos so far have been about me making furniture and art, but really deep down I'm a mad keen van lifer. I'm a closet van lifer, and having been watching van life videos for years and years, we bought this Sprinter van. It's an old career van. It's a bit knocked up, but quite good mechanically. A bit beat up, but we bought it for a good price, and we decided to turn this into a camper van. So this is this video showing you the conversion. If you have a look in some of the spots there, it's just all dirt and grime. Bit of denting in the wheel arches. All the panels on the side, I'll pull all those off and insulate it. And this one has already got a Fiamma awning fitted to it, so it's another bonus. Alright, so we're at the stage now where we're about to start the build proper. In here I've got the clipboard flooring, and we're about to fit out the interior here. We'll start with the flooring. I'm not going to rip up this plywood flooring, it's in really good condition. It was about here that I realised that I've got some underfloor wiring to put in, so might as well lay that out first and then put the floor down on top of that. As I had to drill through this flooring, I placed a piece of scrap plywood underneath just to protect the wires underneath from getting damaged. Alright, now I've got a mess. Supposed to be okay. Well, there's a million videos on window installing, but got these pop-out windows here. We're going to put them in the side of the van, both sides at the back. So I've got to cut some structure out there. Got the template just now marked off against where I wanted it, and there's a battle between 4.5. You pick a spot that you like. Now I'm just going to drill some holes through the radius, then take those holes, mark it off on the outside and cut it out. This is a point of no return. I spent a bit of time with the file cleaning up those edges there, no sharp edges, and then I put a bit of primer and then paint on top of that so rust didn't become a problem later on. That might be...
Yeah, that's good.
Once I finished with the windows, Could move on to working on the ceiling, and I'm just making a centre support rail there to hold the panels, the plywood panels up. Let's see where we're at today. But the job for this weekend now is I've got this underfloor lining. It's only 2.5 mm thick. We're going to use this as a vapor barrier and partly for insulation. So the plywood will go on the ceiling, and I think it'll be okay. I haven't got any other ventilation going in. I'm just trying to keep everything light. I see a lot of the van builds, they've got heavy pallet wood and stuff like that. That just adds a heap of weight. Weight means extra fuel consumption also for braking. It's wear and tear in the vehicle. And so my view is keep everything as light as possible. So I'm not going to use expanding foam inside any of these cavities here. If I ever had to do a smash repair or something like that, that expanding foam stays in there forever and would be a nightmare to do any sort of repairs. So once again, I'm just trying to keep everything as simple as possible. I'm not trying to overthink or overdo this and make this van usable.
Lucky I do all the wrapping of the birthday presents.
So I've got the lining tacked on. Next I'm going to put the bed frame sections in and some timber sections and start framing out. Just starting out with screwing some simple pine framing, just like for house wall studs, 70mm by 30 I think it is. So yeah, so it's nice and strong. Once I frame it all out, it'll sort of become integral to the whole structure. Before I put the ceiling panels up, I've just got some of this foam insulation again I'll put on. Probably a good idea. Different colour.
What are we going to do?
Stain it. be prepared to be unconventional. No room for the purist. So I'm kind of doing woodwork and electrical work here at the moment because I'm setting up kitchens, and so you need to run wire and stuff like that. So I'm doing the wiring. It's coarse at the moment, and I'll refine it as I go. In the back here, I've just got some guide blocks with some wires glued in and up under there, and I'll run wires from those to the fridge and to other power outlets in the van. So a little bit messy. But yesterday I placed the fridge. I probably need to find a locking mechanism. I'll make a tray or something like that so it locks in. And the sink cutouts, yeah, bit by bit it comes along. These bootlace crimps are really good, and I do recommend them. Use them with this bootlace crimping tool, so it squashes the crimp down evenly and works really great. I use them in conjunction with these connectors, and I'll just show you. I won't show you the deal, but I'll show you the end result. So I've made these little wooden fair leads or wire holding blocks. They seem to be working okay. Now if I got my earth cable, and this earth cable's for the back of the van, a bit common earth, I can just tug it through. And I'll just keep tugging it through these fair leads and connections underneath. Now I've got power on. Starting to get some progress behind here in the spaghetti junction. Did a bit of tidying up still. That is going to be power socket.
And sport. This is Sharon Strzelecki.
Yay!
Football Premiership.
Ah! Ooh-wee, cutting out the sink. Let's see if this guy fits. Bloody beautiful. I've got to build the overhead cabinets and seal it all and put a bathroom, shower, toilet, whatever you want to call it, in here too. So right now I'm looking at building the upper cupboards, and I've just got one of them house framing squares, and I'm just trying to shoot vertical lines to make everything square, and then meet the roof, then meet the side walls. Okay, oh, the upper cabinets are nearly done. Got the doors to do. Figure before we put all the splash back on, we better get some finish on this counter. And the product we're using is Osmo Poly-X oil. Now as you're going through your build, so it seems to take forever, all the little bits and pieces, there's so much to do. Keep on, don't lose sight of the dream, just keep on, keep at it. Okay, here's my sink and my tap. Got a bit of pipe here, a bit of ordinary 12mm half-inch copper pipe. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to try and introduce a bend. That spring holds the pipe nice and round. If you don't use a spring and just bend it without using, say, a torch or something, you will kink the pipe. So just a moment. So right now I'm just applying a heavily watered down stains called Black Japan. Bring it in. Well, that doesn't suck as bad as I thought it would.
That doesn't suck as bad as I thought it would.
Done a few things since I last filmed, putting the splashback up. Still haven't painted that, but I have made and installed the drawers. Up and down the depth, 200mm in there, and it goes back around about 500mm, and across weighs about 550mm. So quite spacious drawers. And I've still got to put some stain on that. I have put the water in. Underneath there's 3 22-litre jerry cans, and they're all plumbed together, so you fill one up, they all fill up, but they have got taps on them so you can isolate each one of those, and a 11 litre per minute pump up the top up there with those John Guest fittings. Right at the minute I'm putting up a wall, so I have to take a profile of the side of the van, and I'm using this is just temporary arrangement, just some scrap ply, and I'm projecting to the sides of the van just through here, and then all the way up I can create a curve, come up to the next point where it touches, and again the next point where it touches. So that will be the shape of the bathroom or the toilet wall just through there. So here's the frame that I made a little bit earlier. So now I can mark my sheet of ply off. Fingers crossed, otherwise it's an expensive mistake. Probably going to make a hash of this. That'll do. That's the shower base. Just got to do a bit of contouring, a bit of shaping on that, and find the drain hole. Once I've found all that, I could probably put the back on and continue on. I don't want that sitting high, I want it sitting low inside, so I've got to make a recess inside here. Good enough. I think that's good. I've got a good fall in here. It's probably around about, I don't know, 4 mil, 5 mil, 6 mil, something like that. And enough so I can squeegee the water down into the hole. I've just put that shower base back in the van, in the shower area, and I've just got to cut through that next section of laminate floor and subfloor, and then I can start building around that. What are you doing? You coming to give me a hand? You come to drill the holes for me?
You want to go camping? Want to go camping? Yeah. So let's go, Dad. Let's go camping.
I'm going to use this metal hole saw now. It's not the right size, so I'm going to have to do a bit of filing once I'm finished cutting. Trial fit the drain. Here we go. Yeah! So I don't know how well this is going to come out, but I've got this bit of quad which I've cut down, and I'm going to bend it and nail it in place there, and that's what I'm going to attach the back to. We're at the part now where we're going to be putting on this back panel into the back of the shower, so I don't know how I'm going to video that and make it worth watching, but basically it's going to be glued and nailed on the back there, and then that glue's got to set and I've got to seal it all up, so that's the plan. We'll film the best we can. It's going to add a bit of waterproofing. This is waterproofing primer, so it sort of seals the wood a little bit. That helps it keep structurally sound without mildewing from behind and stuff like that. So I thought I'd put a bit on. Perfecto! So one of the next steps is to put this beading in the corner. So it's just pine cut at 45 degrees, and it's going to fit in the corner. That's going to create some extra waterproofing, extra strength, and then I'll just silicone and waterproof it all around it. It'll look good. So I've got this corner to contend with, and it's kind of sticks out a little bit. That's the frame of the car. Well, just say if I put in a piece like so, that might do it. I guess it's time now to seal all these corner joints, and I'm going to use some Flexi Seal. I'll show you that. The stuff I'm using is this guy here, Flexi Seal. It's a Sally's product. Things you've got to be mindful of is the little warnings. Okay, so this one here is carcinogenic. I'm using a gas filter. So just be mindful when using products of the health and safety risks. So the plan is to use a bit of this capping here. I've just routed a groove in it that's going to cap the plywood on the sides, and it should just clip into the sides there. I'll put some glue on it. Do the same for the other side there, and a piece for the top up here as well. All the waterproofing Celastic or whatever the sealant compound has been put in now, so on all the joints. That's done. Now I've got to put the primer on the plywood. Time to put the weather seal on. It's had about 2 hours. Here I am just rolling on the waterproofing membrane. I put about 7 coats of this stuff on, waiting for the appropriate intervals for it to dry. Believe that the plywood underneath has got a good protection coating. On top of the waterproof membrane I put an acrylic aqua enamel white gloss, and I think it turned out quite nice. There we go, that's 4 full coats. I'll put another one on. It's been a couple of hours. Alright, so I'm going to put a coat of gloss on now. So this is like an aqua enamel. Okay, might wash the roller out and call it done. Just undoing a bit of the good work we did with our ceiling here. We've decided to put in a max air fan. Got one at a good price. I think a little bit of improved ventilation might help when we have to shut the door when all the bugs are around, get a bit of airflow. So unfortunately we've got to undo a bit of the work up here and cut some holes. Might as well get on with it. So the stage you see the van at now is usable. There's a few little jobs that still I want to do, like put in a diesel heater, but all in good time. There will be a van tour video. I'll put together that and make a link for it so you can see that, which gives you a bit more detail of the finished product, and a little bit of camping in there as well. So I just want to finish up thanking everybody for watching. If you got this far, love to see you in the comments, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much to my Patreon supporters as well. Always appreciate your support, and we'll see you on the next video. Get your gutses out of my kitchen.